figure get back on here and kind of continue with the little bit of what I left off. And this is more about respecting your elders, helping people in general. I mean, at my age, I still call a lot of gentlemen and ladies sir and ma'am. Been lots of times I'll see them, they're struggling with something like trying to get their groceries out of the car, and I'll walk up to them and I'll say, "Would you like a hand with that?" And a lot of times they're like, "Oh, that'd be nice," especially if it's an older lady. You know, she's trying to pick up cat food or something out of, or even a gallon of milk out of the cart, and it's like, "Man, would you like a hand with that?" And a lot of times they're like, "Oh," I said, "Thank you," blah blah. You're such a nice gentleman, blah blah blah. And it's like, don't thank me, okay? I don't need thanks. I'm glad I'm here to help you. If you want to thank somebody, thank God, because all glory goes to God. God put me here for a reason. Don't know what that reason is, but He put me here. But I do know one thing: I can help somebody. You're in the grocery store. You see some mother. She's got little kids running all over the place, and she's trying to do this or that, and then we're trying to pick up some, like I said, especially like cat food, dog food, cat litter and stuff. It's like, she's kind of struggling, pulling it over to the cart. It's like, "Man, would you like a hand?" I can give you a hand with that, and they're thankful. You know, Lots of things you can help people with, and be respectful. I've seen. I mean, when I was a younger man, I remember this old guy. I don't know how old he was. He was old though because he was kind of feeble, kind of shaky. And we were fishing. He sat down on the end of the bench and the leg was here. So when he sat down, the bench kicked up like that and he slid right off. And I put my pole down. I go over there and I said, "Sir, you okay?" I said, "Give you a hand here, get you up." And I got him up and, you know, set him back down on the other side of the leg so he wouldn't do it again. Got his pole all back to him and fixed up and stuff, and asked if he was all right, if he needed anything, and he was fine. He thanked me, stuff. But you kind of remember things like that. Here's people that can't do for themselves as well as they used to. Need a little help here and there, especially people in wheelchairs and older people with canes or people that aren't older that have canes. And it's like, I'll see some lady going towards the door, and it's like, "Oh hell, I'll hurry up and get over there and hold the door for him and stuff," because usually it's some middle-aged lady with her mother, and she's trying to help her mother out, and I just hold the door for him. "Well, thank you." It's like, hey, not a problem. I mean, if my mom was still alive, I'd sure the hell hope somebody'd do that for her. You know, that's what I come back to. You'd hope somebody's around to give them a hand, to give them some help. It's just like the people acquaintances, friends, people like that. You know their name, right? Okay, Fred. "Hey, Fred, how you doing?" You acknowledge him. You just go, "Hey, how you doing?" You don't go, stuff like that. It's like, "Hey, how you doing?" Look them in the eyes and recognize them, call them by their name. You're at work, and somebody comes up, and it's like, "Hey, how you doing?" And you walk through an aisle, and you see a customer, and you say, "How you doing, sir?" You know, ask, you need some help. There's so many times I go into places, home improvement places and stuff, and they're afraid to talk. A lot of these kids are afraid to even acknowledge or talk because I don't know. They've been sitting in front of a computer screen too long. When you do talk to them, it's like, "Yeah, I don't know." It's kind of like, Wow. I mean, I feel bad for them. It's like they can't function in society. But you should recognize people. And when they shake your hand, don't just go. No, give them a nice, not don't try to break their hand, but give, a nice firm handshake. You know, women, don't do that to women. Women don't like it when you try to, no, you very gently, because you don't want to, you're not trying to show them how macho and all that crap you are. So, yeah, you got to treat women with respect. Because there's a lot of times, I've talked about in other videos about defiling yourself. It's not about what goes in your mouth, it's what comes out of your mouth can defile you. So, helping people is good. It makes you feel good too. Problem is too is some of these churches now. That's why it helps to read the Bible. It helps to pick things out. You don't have to read it from. It's good if you could read it from front to end. Beginning and then if you need to skip around. But it's kind of like you're sitting there and it's like, it's not exactly what I was reading in the Bible. It's kind of like they kind of mix things up. And it's like, oh, if you tithe with me today, you will get tenfold. Give me all your money and you're going to get all this back. If you have debt, by gosh, you tell us and you tithe and you're going to, it's like, run away. Run away from that church. Oh, we're going to lay hands on you and heal you. It's like, Jesus never ran around saying that. The disciples, as far as I never ran around saying that. They just went around and healed people. It's like they never bragged about it, never talked. They did it, though. I don't know anybody that can do that today. I'd be sure nice if there was. You would think they'd walk into a children's hospital and just go, healed. It don't work that way, though, as far as I know. I mean, it could, but that takes a very special person. And don't ever think you screwed up too bad. Every day you get up in the morning is a new day. If you screwed up in life, there's going to be a lot of people that's going to be like, yeah, you're a screw up. You're a screw up. They're going to throw it in your face all the time. That's the devil. These people don't care about you. A lot of times you got to get away from some of your, quote, friends because they're toxic. They keep pulling you back down, pulling you back down, pulling you back down. Sometimes, and a lot of times, when you're in situations like that, get on the computer. Check areas out, parts of the country. Pull up videos. See if it's someplace that might interest you to relocate to, where nobody knows you. You can start totally over. New friends, new everything. Maybe you might have a cousin or somebody that lives out there, or an old friend, or an aunt, or an uncle, or somebody. It's like, can I stay with you for a little while until I can get a job? I said, I'm going to try to get a job right away. And if you keep your word and you pay them, it's like, here, look, I owe you some money here for staying here. A lot of them be like, well, man, that wow, really? That's something new. Our own kids don't do that, And a lot of them be like, I appreciate you offering. But because you offered, no, you're fine. You can keep your money. You offering is enough for me to let me know you're all right. It's funny how things work. So don't ever think you've done something bad enough in life. Saul, hell, he was killing Christians and stuff. He turned totally around. Became an apostle. So don't ever think you screwed up too bad in life. And sometimes, like I said, you gotta change your environment. Get away from those toxic people. People that don't let you forget. They're nothing but the devil. Everybody has something to offer the world. God's people are supposed to be fruitful and multiply. If they would have just focused on God, does God's will, followed His commandments, the best you're gonna fail. You're not gonna get it all right. But that's why God died. Well, Jesus died on the cross for you, for your past, present, and future sins. It's up to you to ask. He gave you free will. Now, what you do with that is up to you. He gave it to you, free will. But you got to go to Him and say, thanks. I appreciate everything you do for me. I thank you. Ask for forgiveness. Try to repent from your sins. God knows you're still going to screw up. He knows that. He was here in the human flesh. Satan tempted Him many times. He was divine, sinless. You've already won. As a Christian, you've already won. God rose again. Your sins are paid. You got to ask for forgiveness. You already know how it ends if you read Revelations. Good wins. Devil knows that. Devil has met God face to face. He has seen God's face. He knows He's real. So what's he do? He comes down here and tries to destroy everything he can get his hands on to harm God. Because the more people he can get to fall short, that harms God. God, He doesn't want that for you. I know you may not like listening to me preach. You want to hear me talk more about other things, but when you feel good about yourself, like I said before, it shows. There's no reason to go pout and feel sorry for yourself. You take those things and you turn them into other avenues. When you help someone, like I was talking about earlier, it makes you feel good. Makes you feel good to help that person. I mean, if you just go down to a shelter, walk in and say, hey, I got some free time here. Is there something you need me to do? I mean, can I hand out blankets? Can I hand out some meals? I mean, you need me to wash some dishes? Hell, I'll do that. I'm not above that. They might be like, really? Well, hell, yeah. be more than glad. And you do it. And you never know who you're going to meet there. You may actually meet your potential boss. You might meet someone's children that are also down there volunteering help, and you don't know who these people are. Life's funny like that. It's always interesting to see what life offers you. Because it's one of those things where, like I said, every day is a new day. Every minute's a new minute. Every hour. I don't know what's going to happen 30 minutes from now. Don't know. But that's good. So when you feel good about yourself by helping other people, like I said, you feel good about yourself. Idle hands are the devil's workshop. Sitting around, got too much time on your hands, and it's like something's going to happen. That's what I'm saying. If you have extra time on your hands, there's no reason to go over to Grandma and Grandpa's and say, "Hey, haven't seen you guys for a while. You need some help with something, anything?" Well, if you do, call me. That's my cell number. Nothing wrong with helping your aunts and uncles and other people. It's always good to do that. Be charitable. Charitable doesn't always mean money. Nothing wrong with helping mom or dad. Mom's gone working because today, what's the devil done? He wants to separate your family. He wants to separate people from each other. He doesn't want people to talk. He gives you a damn cell phone, so everybody's sitting there doing this. It's like, really? Huh. Doesn't hurt to do the dishes for mom, vacuum for mom. Doesn't hurt at all. Throw some towels in the damn wash machine, dryer. She'd be like, "You did what?" "Yeah. What's gotten into you?" "I don't know. I just had a little more time on my hands. I just thought I'd help you out." She's like, "Well, wow. Make her life easier." We're here to help each other. We're here to serve one another. First and foremost, serve God, do God's will. And we're here to serve each other. We're here to make the world a better place. And as you can tell, what's going on in the world, we ain't helping anybody. We're destroying it. We're killing people. We're sending bombs that cost millions of dollars to go kill people, innocent people. Some pretty screwed up about that. I'm not saying you shouldn't have a strong military. A strong military is a deterrent. It's like putting up a razor wire around your house. Strong deterrent to keep the bad guys out, at bay. Strong military is the same thing. If you want to join the military, there's nothing wrong with that. And it can be honorable. But sometimes they want to give you orders that are like, no, it's like, I can't do that. It goes against everything I believe. They might not like it. But sometimes you got to be strong enough to be the one that speaks up. Not be disrespectful, but speak up. We've all seen it. Boss come in, kind of having a bad day, grumbles at somebody, kind of chews their butt out, and you're sitting there like, if you're going to do that, take them in the office, talk to them, explain to them what they did wrong. Don't jump their butt in front of all of us. Show them some respect. You'd like to be treated the same way. I'm sure your boss doesn't just walk down in front of everybody and chew your butt out. When you can show you're being mature, responsible, and you're a leader, man, at a young age like that, the world opens up to you. You might work at some place like some it doesn't matter where. But they're like, so and so, I've watched him. He's a polite young man. He's pretty sharp. He's got a lot going. Or gal. We need to train a manager. Oh, really? Aren't they kind of young? Well, I'll tell you what. Got a lot more on the ball than most. It opens up doors for you. You're not standing around playing on your phone like the rest of them. You're doing your job. You're doing your work. You're not causing trouble. You're polite. You're kind. It shows. In today's world, you only have to do that much more to be better than the other guy. That's how bad they are. You don't have to work real hard to be better. You don't have to do that much more to stand out. I mean, during the summer, let's say you like to be outside. Well, hey, go around, make a website, put up some things in grocery stores and wherever else. Hey, do lawn service, I'll mow, I'll trim, I'll take dead branches, I'll do all this stuff for you, okay? There's lots of ways to do things. And the number one thing is, if you're going to set out to be someone that wants to work for themselves, especially, always answer your phone. Always answer your phone. Oh, I got an answer machine. I got to leave a message. No, answer your phone. People like to talk to a person. Answer your phone. And show up. I'll be over there in such time, and I'll look at it and give you a bid on what it takes, or blah 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 blah. Show up. If you're not going to show up on time because you're running behind, call them and say, hey, I'm running back, 10, 15 minutes. I'll say I'll be there, and they appreciate that. They like punctuality. They like it when you answer your phone. A lot of people lose business because they don't answer their phone, and they don't return phone calls, and it's like, I remember calling up a guy, needed somebody backed into a rental property in a fence and bent it all up. Oh yeah, he answers the phone. Oh, I'm busy. I'm doing them, and I'm in Menards or something, a home improvement place. He says, I said, oh, you're busy, huh? He says, oh yeah, I don't have time to. I said, really? You own the business? Well, yeah, I don't have time to be. It's like, I said, well, it ain't going to be business long acting the way you're acting. I said, you're in business to make money, not to run business off. Of course, I left him there and found somebody else to do it. That guy shows up. He answers his phone. I've used him several times since. So, anyways, I'll let you go with that. And just remember, be kind to people and help people when you can. Be wary of your surroundings because I don't know where you live. Use your gut instinct on a lot of things. The world's not what it used to be, unfortunately. You do have to be careful. Especially the young ladies. And with young ladies especially, don't be running around wearing the stuff all these other girls are wearing. I mean, you talk about getting yourself in trouble, you will get yourself in trouble one way or another. I know. It's not fashionable. Don't worry about fashion. If a guy likes you, he likes you because you're a good person. Same thing with a woman liking a guy. She likes you because you're a good person. And that's somebody you want to be with. You don't want to be with somebody that's just like wants to hook up with you. Nah. There's things out there you don't want to get that you can't get rid of. And you're too young for that. Nothing wrong with dating around. Nothing wrong with seeing other people. Because that's how you find out if you're compatible with somebody, what you like, what you don't like. You'll figure it out. So it's nice to be able to go out with someone else now and then, or whatever, to figure these things out. So anyhow, I'll let you go. Hopefully everything works out good for you.